Planning to go to Walt Disney World soon and using the Disney dining plan? Well, I have a couple of tips that's going to help you out on your vacation. Before we jump into the Disney dining plan tips, I do have a Disney dining plan guide up on our channel now. I will have that linked at the end if you'd like to check that out, or if you'd like to pause this video, check out that video and come back. That would be a great start as well. We're going to do a quick overview of the Disney dining plan. There are two different plans that they do offer. There's the quick service dining plan and the table service dining plan. So let's go over the quick service dining plan. You do get one resort refillable mug for the length of your stay per person, and then you do get 2 quick service meals per day per person, and that does include a drink or an alcoholic beverage. You can decline an alcoholic beverage if you're over the age of 21. We do not drink, so we just decline that and get a soda instead. And then you also get 1 snack per day. The table service meal plan, you get 1 refillable resort mug. You also get 1 quick service per day that does come with a drink or alcoholic beverage. You do get 1 table service meal per day, as well as a drink comes with it or an alcoholic beverage, and as well as a dessert, and then 1 snack per day. So something to know about the Disney dining plan, it is a add-on that you can add, but you do not have to add it. If you do not think it is going to be worth it for you and your family, you don't have to add it. And some people do not like the Disney dining plan, and that's perfectly fine. It's totally up to you and your family whether it's going to be worth it or not. I'm just here to give you some tips and to help you out in this video. So go ahead and download your My Disney Experience app, because you are going to need this to use your Disney dining plan, but you're also going to need it for your Disney vacation. If you haven't looked at it or had time to explore it, I highly recommend doing it before your trip. Don't get it on your trip and have a panic of, I don't know how to do my lightning lanes. I don't know how to do mobile order. I don't know how to do certain things. I recommend taking some time, looking through your My Disney Experience app. If you have any questions, I do have a full playlist on My Disney Experience app if you'd like to check that out, or leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to help you. So on your My Disney Experience app, under your resort tab where you are staying at, you're gonna click on that, and then you are going to go ahead and see, it's gonna say your Disney dining plan, but it will not show up any of your credits until you get to Disney World, until you check in. So when you arrive, your check-in day, you will see it, you can click on it, and it's going to show you all the different credits that you have for your My Disney Experience app. A note for you guys is, for the Disney dining plan, it will not show up under your resort tab. The Disney dining plan icon will, but your credits will not show up until your check-in day. So don't panic. I did panic on our last trip. I was like, where is our credits at? But you can't use them until you get to Disney World and on your check-in day. So they do not even put it in there until then. So just note that it's not going to show up until your check-in day. So something that you do need to note is, everyone who is staying within your room in your party is going to be linked on your My Disney Experience app under the Disney dining plan, and you are going to be able to see all of your dining plan credits from the day 1 to the end of it. You will be able to use them at any point in time. You do not have to space them out. I do recommend spacing them out. If you desire to use all of your snack credits in one day, you are welcome to do that as well. Be leery of that too. Make sure that everyone in your party knows that all the quick service meals, all the table service meals, all the snacks are within those credits. Please only use 1 per day. That's kind of what I said on our last trip in May. I just told our family, hey, each person gets 1 snack per day, 1 table service meal, and 1 quick service. And it went very smoothly. I have heard stories where someone opened the app and they're like, oh my goodness, they had an abundance of snacks, and they did not realize it was for their entire party, and they went to the confectionery and bought all the snacks out. So don't do that on your first day. If there's any snacks left over at the end of your trip, I recommend going to the confectionery, but not on your first day. Don't go and just use all the snack credits. A little bit further, if you are a party of 2, you are staying at a Disney World resort and you have the dining plan and you're staying for 4 nights, you have that table service meal plan, you are going to see on your My Disney Experience app, you're going to see 8 total table service meal credits at the beginning of your trip, 8 quick service meal credits, and then 8 snack credits, and then 2 refillable mugs. Tip is knowing where the Disney dining plan works. And shocker, it does not work at every single Disney restaurant. We're going to find out where the Disney dining plan works if it isn't accepted at every single restaurant. And it is accepted at a lot, but not all restaurants are owned by Disney. Some of these restaurants do collaborate and do accept the Disney dining plan, but you do want to be aware of which ones are accepted, especially if you've already purchased your Disney dining plan. You want to make sure that you use it. So you're gonna go to your My Disney Experience app, you're gonna go to the search engine button, and then you are going to choose whatever restaurant, let's say Liberty Tree Tavern, it's a favorite of ours. You're gonna type that in, and then you are going to see that it says right here where it is accepted on the Disney Dining Plan 2024, and then once 2025 comes, it'll say 2025. Now I will say that you can look at all of the restaurants that you have aligned, just double check and make sure that they are on the Disney Dining Plan, just so you don't go to a restaurant and have to pay for it when you have already paid for the Disney Dining Plan. When you go to a menu, if you're at a quick service, if you are getting a snack, or if you are at a table service, when they hand you a menu, you are going to see that little DDP beside certain items. Now on the menu, there are going to be items that is not included in the Disney dining plan. If you have any questions, if it is included, if it's not, just ask a cast member, they'll be happy to help. Also be leery if it doesn't have that DDP beside it, or if the cast member asks if you want something extra, you may have to pay for it out of pocket. Just note that that might be worth it for you and your family, but that is something just to note. What you do need to note is some table service meal plans do take 2 dining credits per meal, and these are the ones that do take it. It's Cinderella's Royal Table, Akershus, Artist Point, Be Our Guest, Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, as well as some signature dining restaurants as well. If you have any questions, I do recommend before you book those restaurants, making sure they are on the Disney dining plan. And if you do want to book those and you want to use the Disney dining plan, just understand that they will take 2 table service credit meals off of your dining plan per person. Okay, I'm gonna add in my little personal opinion. You can skip over this if you do desire to, but my personal opinion for them taking 2 table service meal credits for those restaurants, they are worth it to eat there. You guys know I love Artist Point. I enjoy Akershus. Is it worth 2 table service meal credits for those restaurants? I don't think so. The math just ain't mathin', y'all. The math ain't mathin'. I would honestly, if you want to eat there, I'd pay for it outright. It seems to be cheaper that way instead of using 2 different table service credit meals. That's what I would do. I would pay for it outright, or I'd just skip the Disney dining plan for this trip or the trip that you're going on in order to go there and just pay it outright. But that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. Maximizing your dining plan. I highly recommend, even if you are using a travel agent, I highly recommend going ahead and making a plan of where you are going to eat, knowing how many dining credits those restaurants are going to be taking, knowing those things and having a plan. Even if you have your travel agent, they know what they're doing. I just would maximize your restaurants and your Disney dining plan just by looking through it, as well as looking through the menu. If it isn't a set menu and you get to choose what you want and they bring to the table or bring to you, so like 50s prime time, you get to choose your menu item. I would choose the most expensive item on that menu. That way you're getting the most bang out of your buck with using the Disney dining plan. I recommend going ahead and choosing restaurants that are going to be the most expensive and get the best bang for your buck with the Disney dining plan, such as like Topolino's Terrace, Ohana. Those are expensive restaurants and they are going to get the best bang out of your buck for the Disney dining plan. I would avoid choosing like Tony's Town Square just because it's not going to be the best bang for your buck. Do they have good food? Yes, but it's not going to get to maximize your Disney dining plan for your budget. I want to say that character dining meals are well worth the budget if you are using the Disney dining plan. We love character dining meals. They're amazing. If you don't plan to use the Disney dining plan, but you want to do a character dining meal, we do recommend at least one. They are special. They are very special, and if you don't know until you try them, but especially if you have little ones, it will make your trip. It's really special. So our personal favorites for character dining meal is Topolino's Terrace, Garden Grill, Artist Point, Hollywood and Vine, and then 1900 Park Fair. If you are not planning to do the Disney dining plan and you do want to do a character dining meal, but you honestly don't want to pay the lunch and dinner prices, if they have a breakfast, typically it is cheaper, so try going that route. Quick service dining plan tip. It can be used with either plan, but it can only be used at quick services. To use this tip at a table service meal, this tip will only be able to be used at quick service. If you have multiple people within your party, you can split your quick service meals to make your credits go a little bit further. So for example, I know my kiddos typically do not eat all of their quick service meals just because they come with a lot of things. They don't always eat it. As well as it's at Disney, my kiddos are so distracted, they don't eat all too well. If you're a parent, you understand. So my kiddos typically split a quick service meal. So they will split breakfast and then they will split lunch. That way we can save up the credits and it doesn't waste food. Typically you would say, you get one quick service, you get one quick service. So one quick service for breakfast, you get one quick service for breakfast as well. But to save our credits and to not waste food, we go ahead and just let them split a meal, and that way we can use one of their quick services for breakfast and one for lunch. It just makes our quick service credits go a little bit farther. This tip also does work for adults as well. So say you want to split the meal and you want to save a quick service credit, you can do that as well. So you may say to yourself, from the last clip, Whitney has changed. I have, you guys, I have. I was editing my video and realized I filmed in slow-mo for the rest of the video. I had changed my battery out while filming and accidentally hit the slow-mo button. Just keeping it humble over here, just keeping it humble. Not perfect, just doing my best. So let's get going on the rest of the video for the Disney dining tips. So Disney dining plan snack tips. So your snack credits. You can actually use your snack credits all in one day, or you can disperse them one per day, which I recommend per person, or you can go to the Epcot festivals and use a bunch of your snack credits at the Epcot festivals. Now remember, they do have to have that little DDP beside the snacks in order for it to be taken off of your Disney dining plan, but you can use your credits at a lot of those festival booths. So if you wanted to, you could use an allotment of snack credits at the Epcot food festivals if you desired. Do you have to? No. We honestly like to use one snack credit per person, and honestly with my kiddos, if we are stopping for snacks, we typically share, because like say we go to get Dole Whip. All three of us do not need a Dole Whip. We typically just share one or two, or Davey and I share with the kids, or we share with one another and then they share. We split it and disperse it. And another great tip If you are getting Dole Whip specifically or ice cream anywhere on Disney property, let the cast member know that it is for a child. You're splitting it between two. Ask them for a little cup and they will disperse it for you so that you don't have to make the mess and they can just disperse it. And sometimes, depending on the cast member, they do give you a little more than half away. Just depends on the cast member and everything. So another tip I have is to plan out your snack credits. You may say, oh no, we'll just conveniently go around the parks and whatever we see that looks good, we'll grab. That's perfectly fine. You definitely can do that. I am the type of person, I want to maximize my snack credit and get something that I really like. Now, when I get hangry, if I don't have a plan, I'm going to go to the most convenient cart I can find and probably get a pretzel. It may not be the top of my snack list or maximize my budget, but that's what I'm gonna do because it's convenient and I'm hangry. But if I have a plan, I typically will stick to it and be like, oh, I know that I want a Gaston cinnamon roll over a pretzel, so I will go use it there instead of being hangry and getting that pretzel. So that's just a tip. Plan out your snack credits and maximize those as well. The next tip is use them before you lose them. And I'm talking about your credits. You need to make sure that you have used all of your credits. Make sure that you have maximized your Disney dining plan, because if there's any extra credits, you are losing money. So I recommend before you even leave Walt Disney World property, check your My Disney Experience app. See if there's any credits on there. Make sure you use them before you leave, because you are not able to get your money back and you are not able to use those credits on a future trip. You just lose your money on that. Thank you guys so much for watching our Disney dining plan tips. We greatly appreciate you being here. If you have not already liked, we appreciate if you like this video. And if you haven't joined our community yet, go ahead and join our community by subscribing. And if you continue to come back here and watch our videos and you have subscribed and been a part of our community, thank you. We really do appreciate each and every one of our followers and subscribers. Thank you so much. We hope you guys are having a blessed day and we'll see you real soon.